I think Suede is going to propose.
Are you still thinking about Darnell?
As a public official, you're gonna have to give people a narrative.
I'm not running on a lie.
I think I'm in lie.
Again?
Hey, you keep your eyes off this one.
It's not gonna be easy, but at some point, we all gotta move on.
Well, how you gonna feel if he move on to somebody else?
Yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY-J, and yes, I'm back with another video. This is for episode 3 for The Chi, season 5. And yes, this is the Christmas episode, and definitely it was a revealing and solid episode. And yes, we see your boy Trig, aka Victor, and his new girlfriend. And who is Dre's new friend? Listen, before we get into it, make sure you check out all my episode recaps. Definitely stay up to date with the playlist as we continue on with season 5 of The Chi. So let's break down episode 3 of season 5 of The Chi. All right, so the name of this episode is This Christmas, and it reads, Emmett and Keisha bond over being single parents. A discovery prompts Jada to confront Suede. Trig and Jake enjoy Christmas morning with their family. Papa tries and fails to apologize. Tiff and Rob's relationship grows stronger after a holiday mishap. Duda delivers a Christmas miracle for the community. All right, fam, so it's December 23rd, and yeah, look who's getting ready to deliver a package. It's your boy, one of my favorite and funniest characters, Darnell, and he pulls down his pants and got the mistletoe, and he's taking a special shot for you-know-who, right? And your boy Darnell, he's super funny talking about Merry Christmas, Jada, right? So Jada's on the phone, Suede. He's putting the tree together. He's talking about plans and everything else like that. And Jada, she ain't really feeling it. She's like, yeah, that sounds like an all-day type of thing. And she ain't trying to be all out all day, but Suede is trying. He's really trying to, be the guy, be the man in her life to kind of like plan things out so they can have a good time, right? So she's just on the phone. She's not really interested in what he's talking about, but she's acting like it. And he's like, yeah, we can make things happen. I'm looking forward to it and everything else like that. Again, Jada's kind of like going along with this, but she gets a special message with a mistletoe picture from your boy Darnell. And she's like, ooh, and she starts to laugh. Suede is like, what happened? She's like, oh, it's nothing. It's just a meme, right? It's just a meme. So he's like, all right, come and help me put the star on the tree or whatever, right? So now we got your boy, Master Marshawn, and he is talking about this whole celibacy thing and the whole, staying celibate for a certain period of time. Your boy Emmett is definitely trying to be in it, but he's really listening to Marshawn, and D-Ray is funny, right? He's definitely trying to be this master of everything, and Emmett, it seems to be into it, right? He wants to master his stuff. He doesn't want to just put his stuff out there. Marshawn, he's like, I got you, brother. Brother, stand strong. You a king and everything else like that. So Emmett is definitely trying to master himself, right? Which is a good thing. He's been all over the place. Now he's just trying to be a better guy, right? Trying to be a better guy. So Tiff calls back and he tells Tiff that, hey, he wants all his boys to spend Christmas together. So he wants to have, EJ come over, spend the night with the rest of his sons so they could wake up to Christmas together. She's like, okay, I'm with it. She's open for it. They're doing the best that they can. He's talking about having, Christmas at the house. And she's like, well, I got to bring my man. And of course, Emmett is not feeling that. He's like, what are you talking about? She's like, listen, it's a new thing. I'm not just going to leave my man just to spend Christmas with all of you guys. I got to bring my man too. If that's cool, then we can make it happen. And he's like, what? She's like, boy, bye. Like, get off the phone. So she's trying to move forward. Of course, Emmett, he's still not feeling that, but he's doing what he can to kind of adapt. Now we're in school, and the teacher's like, all right, it's time to send your NFT, special Christmas surprise to whoever. So your boy Kev sends this to your boy Papa, and he's like, yo, what's this about? He's like, the black sheep. He's like, well, just think of it as, you stand out in the crowd. You may be like being dissed right now by everybody, but you are standing out in the crowd. You are different from everybody else. So Kev sends it to him. Papa feels good about it, thanks him for all of that, for thinking of him like that. And then he gets an NFT talking about, yeah, over the moon, like you over the moon, right? And I believe that's from Simone. That's Simone right there. She's reading her book or whatever. And yeah, Kev got the googly eyes looking at Simone. And Simone is looking back, So, all right, okay, we see what's going on. We see a little connection there. And yeah, your boy Kev, he kind of feeling that. So now we see Victor, a.k.a. Trig, and Tracy, and they're going to the community center, and they're worried about having enough food to feed 500 families. So they go inside, and, Victor's like, hey, let's pray. So they do a little prayer, asking God to provide for them and everything else like that. So they go downstairs, and what do they see? They see a whole bunch of gifts, a whole bunch of food, a whole bunch of everything. It's like, whoa, that prayer came through pretty quick, right? Yeah, it's like you got everything. You got the Christmas tree. You got everything all set up. And who do we see? We see the Black Santa Claus in his throne chair like, Merry Christmas. Smiling the whole time with his red jacket. Almost looked like the devil, but I ain't going to say that, right? We ain't thinking like that, right? This is the Christmas, right? He just got a red jacket on. So, Trigger's like, yo, who did all this? Who paid for all of this? And, Tracy's like, yo, we shouldn't question, God's gift or whatever. So, Victor's like, hey, listen, thank you. I appreciate it. And your boy Doodle's like, you're welcome, right? Tracy walks away and he goes over to her and he's like, hey, I got something for you. He's like, I got a special stocking stuffer just for you. Just let me know where I need to deliver it. So we see the little fun going on. This is like a feel-good episode. Your boy Kev is like, yo, I'm in love. And Jake is like, again. And Kev is like, yo, you stay away from this one. He's like, man, I got my hands full. I got my hands full. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So they're going back and forth. And, Lene, she's like, yeah, I wish I could spend, Christmas, with my family. Jake kind of goes in on it. They kind of go back and forth, about how messed up their family is. And, Maya, she's like, yo, all our families are messed up. All our families are messed up, but we got to do our best to spend Christmas with each other. Your boy Kev is telling Jake, yo, chill, man, relax, man, stop dissing her. You know what I mean? So she really misses her brother, doesn't know where her brother is. So Kev, he's really feeling bad about this. And Kev is definitely going to try to do something about helping out his sister, Lene. You know what I'm saying? They got a brother-sister thing going on, but she's feeling real bad because she misses her brother. So now we got your boy Victor, and he's talking with, Duda about this whole deal of getting started with the campaign, signing these NDAs, and having his, special fake girlfriend, and creating the whole narrative that he's running for city council. Mama Peaches comes in and she's like, oh, I didn't mean to interrupt, just bringing some food and everything else like that. And she's like, who is this? And she's like, yeah, I'm his new girlfriend, right? So, she comes out and she's like, yeah, Tiara's like, yeah, I'm his new girlfriend. He's like, okay. She's like, why you ain't tell me about your new girlfriend? He's like, well, I was waiting to see if this was real or not, right? So she's like, oh, she look good. She a bad bitch, right? She's like, oh, I'm sorry to call you a bitch. She's like, no, it's okay. So, they're sliding in slowly but surely. And Mama Peaches is just like, yo, listen, I'm proud of you. You're feeding the community. You're doing big things. Now you got this new girlfriend. I'm proud to see you growing and becoming a better person, right? So Mama Peaches came in just in time. He thinks about it. And Victor, a.k.a. Trig, signs the NDA. And dude is like, it's the best decision you ever made in your life. So they're going to get started with the campaign. Now we got your girl Keisha with little Ronnie, and they're talking to Tiff. And yeah, they're talking about, well, this whole blended family got to happen. Tiff is ready to move on. She's ready to move forward with Rob, but Emmett has to get used to it in the whole nine. And, your girl Keisha's like, well, what happens, when Emmett moves on? How you going to feel? And she's like, I really don't care. It is what it is. And she's like, yeah, you broke up with Christian. He's like, yeah, he was a little mad about that. So your boy Rob comes in. They do a little kissy-wissy and all of that. And Keisha meets Rob for the first time. And they're like, yeah, we going to have, Christmas Eve off. No kids. So Rob wants to take Tiff out on a date. They're going to hang out and the whole nine. It's like, no kids. We can make this happen. Now we got Kev. He comes to the community center. He's like, yo, who paid for all of this, man? This looks crazy. He's like, yeah, it's all good. We got a blessing or whatever. So Kev goes to Trig, a.k.a. Victor, and he says, listen, man, I need you to find Lanae's brother. And he's like, yeah, he's laying low right now, but, and Kev's like, oh, all right. But he's like, listen, I'm going to see what I could do to find him, and get him to Lanae for Christmas. So Kev is happy about that, because he definitely wants to cheer up Lanae. And he's like, yo, man, you the man, you the man. So, Trigger's going to do what he got to do to try to find Lanae's brother. Now, we got Maisha and we got Papa. So they go to the community center. And Papa got some wings and stuff from, Sonny's. So he's like, yeah, I'm here. And he's being recorded by Maisha. He's trying to get in good graces with people so people will forgive him. She's like, yeah, I'm bringing food here, on behalf of Sonny's for the community and everything. And he's going on. And Maisha's like, yo, come on, man. Like, come on, wrap this up. So he's like, yeah, just bringing this down here, just trying to share love and forgiveness. And he's like, Merry Christmas. And he puts his arms up and he drops all the food. Like, come on, Papa, what are you doing? And Maisha's like, yo, listen, man, this has got to stop, man. You being this goofball has to stop. So he's trying to clean it up and everything else like that. And we see some feet walk up. Who is it? Your boy, Bakari. And he's like, yo, man, what's going on, man? Like, what's good? You want to go, go smoke, whatever. And your boy Pop is like, yeah, man, I need to just relax, man. I need to get out, whatever. So they go outside and they go do what they do. Now, we got Jada. And Jada, she's kind of like, man, cleaning up. Your boy Suede left his clothes on the bed and she discovers an engagement ring. Ah, shoot, right? Suede walks in like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, nothing's going on. Just cleaning up, putting clothes away, whatever. She doesn't want him to know that she saw the ring. So he's like, all right, yeah. You sure you good? You sure you all right? She's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just happy, Christmas spirit and the whole nine. Like, she's trying to play it off that she saw the ring. And he's like, all right, let's make some moves and keep it moving. Had to get this in. This Chicago sunset is beautiful, y'all. All right, so now we got your boy Emmett, and he's putting ornaments on the tree, and he's talking to Keisha. And it seems like they're kind of best friends, close, but they always been kind of close like that. So your boy is telling Keisha that, yeah, he's a single dad now, and she's like, yeah, I know. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to be there for my sons, and I'm also trying to be celibate. I'm on the celibate thing, and look at her face, like her whole face changed, like, what? For real? He's like, yo, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with that? She's like, nah, I think it's a good thing, bro. I think it's a good thing. We're going to see how much of a good thing she thinks it is. But I think she definitely has feelings for him, and I think we know that. So now we see at Nina and Dre's house, we see the girls show up. We see Jada and Tracy show up. They're going to have their little Christmas Eve girls' night, and Kev and Lanae, they looking through stuff, and they're like, what you doing here? You got to get out of here. This is the adults' time. So Dre's like, go that way, right? Like, get out, like trying to kick them out. And Keisha takes little Ronnie and they about to leave. She's like, all right, I'm going to be back. And of course, Nina's like, listen, message me when you get to your destination and the whole nine. So they are ready to party and have their adult girls' time. Meanwhile, at the skating rink, we got your boy Rob and Tiff, and they got their matching sweaters. They skating and they're talking and everything else like that. And they're still talking about, what they're talking about is the traditions of Christmas and spending time with the family. And she's like, you're not spending time with your family? He's like, nah, I'm not really into tradition. I'm really like the black sheep of the family. So I don't really like to hang out in places I don't want to be. He's like, why we got to be forced to do that? So they get to talking and they come down again to talking about, hey, just being monogamous and just her and him just being together. He's like, again, I'm not going to force it on you, but you got to decide what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to force anything on you. And she's like, well, I just don't want to give up my freedom and all this and that. And he's like, yo, listen, like, if you with this, what say you? Like, what you want to do? And she's like, all right. So basically, now they are going to be a couple, right? And they established that at the skating rink, okay? Your boy Kev is now out on a date at Sonny's with Simone. And yeah, this young love is cool and everything, but they're kind of sitting at the table and, he's trying to make conversation, but he's definitely not like Gemma. Gemma, she's very talkative and, she's always talking about everything. And, she's kind of quiet, not really shy, but just kind of quiet. And he's like, yeah, I see you don't talk a lot. And she's like, yeah, people usually say that when they're uncomfortable with silence, right? So, it's really cute how they kind of like talking or whatever, but nothing really is really going on. So he's like, yeah, you really like the stars. And he's trying to make conversation with her. And it's all good. He's like, wait, I got something for you. I got something for you, like close your eyes. And this girl bows her head like she about to pray for her food, right? And your boy Kev pulls out a book and he gives her a book, another book of the author that she was reading when they was looking at each other in the computer room. So she's like, oh, thank you so much. It's very thoughtful. And guys, take a tip. He definitely noticed what she was reading, who she was reading, who the author was. And he went out his way to get a book that she may have liked. And she definitely likes the book, right? So things are popping off. He's like, yeah, so you think we can hang out? And she's like, yeah, if that's okay with my grandma, we can make it happen. So now we see the lovebirds, Dre and Nina. And of course, Jada's like, oh, that's cute. What's your secret? And they're like, therapy, right? They're like, therapy. If you get therapy, it's going to be all good. Of course, Tracy is all looking as well and looking how cute they are and everything else like that, right? So, Jada is, talking and Tracy's like, yo, I think me and Duda, are we a couple? And, Jada laughs or whatever. And she don't know, really Tracy doesn't know what it is. Like your boy Dude is married still, but they have this love affair going on. And Dre's just like, yeah, I think you need your own therapy or whatever. You got to figure that out. You got to figure a lot of things out. Are you in love with him and the whole nine? Shout out to Jada for wearing the Wu-Tang Christmas sweater, but she tells the gang that she believes that Suede is about to propose, right? Is about to propose to her. And, honestly, like she is really confused about everything right now. And she tells them she thinks that he's about to propose. And of course, they are surprised. Like, what? Like, for real? Like, are you serious? Like, do you love him? Like, what are you going to do? Tracy's like, yeah, you saw the ring. Is it pretty? So they have this moment where, Jada's revealing to them that, yes, Suede is about to go to the next step, but she's not sure about that next step. She really is not feeling Suede like that. But Nina says, are you still thinking about Darnell? And she doesn't say anything. And like, yeah, you thinking about Darnell. And they's like, yeah, we called it. And yes, she is thinking about Darnell. She really does love Darnell. She doesn't really love Suede like that. And, they're just laughing and joking about the whole situation. She got to figure it out. So speaking of Suede, meanwhile, Suede is back home. He puts his watch next to Jada's iPad and he notices a message, right? So he's looking around like, okay, let me see what's going on. He has the passcode and he looks on the iPad and most likely he sees the mistletoe pic that your boy Darnell sent Jada. He is pissed off and he leaves out. Your boy Emmett's getting things together for the boys. And guess who shows up? Keisha shows up with little Ronnie and a bag of stuff. He's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I came because I think you needed some help. So I came through. So she's like, yeah, come on, let's watch, the movie or whatever. And she's like, wait a minute, who wants hot chocolate? Of course, the boys is like, me. Your boy Emmett, he puts up his hand like me too. Like he a little kid too. Like she comes in with her whole motherly kindness and warmth. And she just brings a new light to everything. And yes, your boy Emmett is feeling the whole situation. And she is coming through to help him out. Showing that she actually does care about him, right? And he's liking what's going on, liking that feeling and really feeling Keisha. He's like, you're a miracle, right? Like you definitely coming through, showing me like you really care. And they looking in each other's eyes. And then the baby starts crying, right? Because they're about to have that moment. But the baby starts crying. And he's like, nah, I got it. I'll take care of him. You know, you can get the snacks together and everything else like that. So she knows that he's a good dude, trying to be a good father. And that's what she kind of needs in her life right now, too, right? So now Rob and Tiff, they go back to the crib. She's like, who did all this? Who put all this together? He's like, yeah, I had somebody put, the decorations together. She's like, well, next year we need to do it together as a family. He's like, oh, we got next year? So you already know what that means. Like, she's definitely committing to your boy Rob. Suede runs over to your boy Darnell's house, knocks on the door, sees him at the door, and he's like, what's up? And he knocks Darnell over the head, punches him right dead in his eye. He drops his Bluetooth, and Suede goes inside. He's like, man, wait till I get my Bluetooth, right? He's only concerned about his Bluetooth, right? He's like, listen, man, you send Jada another text, you're going to lose more than your Bluetooth. He's like, I want to know something. So Suede is like, listen, man, are you in love with her? Are you in love with her? He's like, well, why don't you ask her if she's in love with me? He's like, nah, I want to know, are you in love with her? So Darnell admits to Suede, like, yeah, I'm in love with her, man. I've been in love with her since the first time I seen her, man. First time I laid eyes on her, I'm in love with her. He's like, why you waste her time? It's like, because I'm not perfect, man. He's like, well, you know what? It's too late. And he walks out. He's like, man, next time I'm going to knock your socks off, boy. And he's like, dang. So that punch really must have hurt Darnell, because he's like, dang, you got to put some ice on that, son. So the ladies, they fell out. Kev comes back, gives a kiss to his mama, says Merry Christmas, and the whole nine, and he skates off. Kev had a good day, right? Emmett comes out of the room, puts the boys to bed, and now it's gift wrapping time. So Keisha's in there wrapping some gifts. He's, fixing up the bike and the whole nine. And it's really like a good feeling to have somebody there with you. So he goes over to her and he grabs her hand and they look into each other's eyes, right? And she's looking at him and he's like, they're just standing there, just looking at each other, right? And he's like, Merry Christmas. And she's like, Merry Christmas. So they gets the kissing, yo. I'm like, shoot. Well, they both single parents. They not with anybody. He already signed a divorce papers, so it's all good. So they start kissing. Similar to, Emmett's dream in the beginning, but he stops. He's like, yo, I don't think we should do whatever. It's getting late. She's like, yeah, let me get Ronnie together and take him home. He's like, you need me to take you? You need me to, drive you back? He's like, nah, I'll take the Uber. It's going to be all good. And the whole nine, right? So your boy Emmett is really feeling that whole situation. And he's like, man. So now Keisha is with Ronnie. They in the Uber going back. And she definitely had a good time. And she's feeling what just happened, that they just kissed and the whole nine. She's really still loving on Emmett just as much as Emmett is loving on her. And that was real nice of her to go over there and help him out. He's trying to stay celibate. He's trying to just keep his stuff in his pants, and he's trying to stay strong. Meanwhile, your girl Tracy gets that booty call text from your boy Duda, and she is out the door, right? Next to the fire, you got Rob and Tiff, they did a little smoky, and yeah, definitely they are now officially a couple. Your boy Darnell, he got the ice pack on his eye, because he got an eye jammy, and he's looking through the yearbook, right? Their old yearbook, and he sees a picture of Jada back in the day. And this man definitely is still in love. Just like he said in the last episode, he feels like she's the one that got away. Meanwhile, your boy Duda and Tracy, they getting it in. And Suede is back home with Jada, and he ain't trying to talk to her at all. She's like, you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. You can tell he is mad about the whole situation. Now, outside, you got Bakari and you got Papa. And he's like, yo, man, you care about what people say? And Papa's like, yeah, I do, man. He's like, yo, listen, man, why? Why do you care, man? He's like, because I got feelings. He's like, man, listen, man, let me tell you something, man. The sooner you stop caring about what people think about you, the more freer you're going to be. Period. He's like, yo, I never got advice like that. He's like, yo, Merry Christmas, Bakari. And Bakari's like, yo, whatever, man. He walks away. Right? So, your boy Papa appreciated the advice. at the same time, he's thinking, well, man, maybe I just do care too much about what people think. We're going to see what happens with Papa. Now we got Mama Peaches, we got Jake, they watching The Preacher's Wife. I guess that's a Christmas movie. I never watched that movie on Christmas. Y'all let me know, drop in the comments if you watched that movie on Christmas. I didn't know that was a Christmas movie. But yeah, they having a good time. And your boy, Victor, a.k.a. Trig, is with his new love. And they are taking selfies. They're online. They're creating that image. He's playing the role. He signed that NDA. So now they're creating the whole narrative, as Duda said, of them being together and just showing that they're a couple. And they kind of look like a cute couple, just like Peaches said. So now it's Christmas morning and we see all these fancy gifts. We see the Prada, the Coach. We see all of these like high expensive gifts. Your boy Rob wakes up, Tiff. He's like, hey, good morning. Merry Christmas. I've been waiting for you to get up. And he got the gifts right at the end of the bed. So she gets up and she's just kind of looking. He's like, what's wrong? You don't like your Christmas gifts? What's going on? And she's like, yeah, I just feel like you went and just bought some expensive stuff and you didn't really think about, what I really wanted. He's like, yo, who doesn't like, Prada and the Coach and the this and the that? And he's like, yeah, it's just not a personable gift. Like, it's not a thoughtful gift. Like, anybody can go to, Louis Vuitton and buy stuff. So she breaks out the gift that she bought for him, right? So he's like, okay, cool, right? He's about to open it, and he opens it up. What is it? It's a black sheep. Remember, he said he's like the black sheep of his family. He's like, oh, it's a black sheep. She's like, see, it's not expensive, but it's definitely thoughtful. And he loves it. He's like, ah, man, this is real special, like he gets it now. He's like, I will never buy you a non-thoughtful gift again, So he's like, come on over here. And they are definitely feeling each other. And honestly, I kind of like them as a couple as of right now. No drama, no nothing. And that's exactly what Tiff needs. So now your girl, Jada, boy. We back with Jada. She's making coffee. And she gets a knock at the door. And she looks back and you see who it is. It's your boy, Darnell, with the Bluetooth and the eye jammy. And she's like, what are you doing here? It's Christmas. He's like, listen, I just wanted to come and talk to you. And, I was thinking about you and everything. And she's looking at his eyes. She sees the eye jammy. She's like, yo, what happened to your face? And he's like, don't worry about it. I got sucker punched by some punk, right? So he's like, listen, I just want to let you know that I love you. I've always loved you. I will never stop loving you. He is professing his love on Christmas Day to her to let her know. Because, Suede said it was too late, but he doesn't feel that. He doesn't want to lose her. And she's like, are you sure? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm serious. Dead serious, right? Your boy's professing his love. And she is now even more confused. He walks away. She's even more confused as to what's going to happen. So now we see Mama Peaches. She cooked that Christmas breakfast, right? Looking good, too, except, for the bacon. I don't eat bacon. But it's looking real good. And yeah, everybody's waking up. Everybody's coming through. Yes, she is happy to spend time and cook breakfast for her boys. And, of course, Shad. And Jake is there. And it's a nice, warm Christmas. For the first time in a long time, they're finally having this warm Christmas time with the family. And Peaches is just happy to be there. She's clean and everything. And Jake actually bought her a Christmas gift. What is it? It's an old picture of them when they were younger, all together, right? Before everything got all messed up, right? So it's all of them together in the picture. He's like, yeah, I saved the picture after you left. I saved it in my drawer and I just framed it. And she is so happy to be there and they are just happy to be together again. And she's like, that's the best gift in the world to have, her boys there and, definitely cooking. Right, definitely cooking and everything else like that. They didn't mention Reg, though, right? Didn't mention Reg. So who shows up? Yeah, your girl Deja shows up. And Shad is definitely surprised and happy. And she buys him a Christmas gift, right? He's like, okay. So Shad is definitely happy to see her. He's really feeling, Deja. And she's feeling him, too, as well, right? Definitely a love connection. So much that this man went ahead and made her a mixtape, right? And your boy Trig, he comes out, he's like, yeah, I got you a radio too, just to go with that mixtape, because who knows how you gonna play that mixtape. Your boy Shot is like, I think he trying to be funny. So she's happy. She's like, this is so special. Thank you. Nobody's ever done this for me. Nobody's ever made me a mixtape. And they're definitely feeling each other. It's definitely a love connection. This whole episode is definitely about Christmas, about love, about togetherness, and the whole nine. Definitely a warm, warm episode. And, they just sits down because they ready to eat. Your boy Duda wakes up. As you see, he still got that bullet wound. And he wakes up, goes into the living room, and sees Tracy looking out the window. Snowing outside and the whole nine. And she doesn't look happy at all. Duda comes out. He's like, are you okay? Is everything all right? And, Christmas time is really a hard time for her because she's thinking about, her son that got killed. She's also thinking about Ronnie, but she ain't going to let him know that. She's thinking about everybody that passed pretty much that she lost. And of course, Duda is being there for her. He's actually comforting her, nurturing her, and the whole nine. He's like, you know what? Listen, how about we go ahead and we create some new memories? So Duda seems to be right now, as of right now, really loving on your girl Tracy. I just hope he does the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So now we got Suede, we got Jada, and yeah, she pulls out the ring box. And he's surprised. He's like, oh, you found it, right? So she's like, yeah, I think we need to talk about this, right? We need to talk about all of this. So she's like, I don't know if I want to move this fast and move forward like this and go to the next level. So he's like, oh, so it's about Darnell? And she's like, no, it's not about Darnell. It's just about us. I think we shouldn't move so fast just because we're in a rut. He's like, that's what you think? She's like, yeah. So she gives the ring to him. He doesn't take it. It's really sad. She puts it down and she gets upset about it as well because this is it. It's over. It's over for this whole relationship. It's a wrap. Suede is out of here and he's like, Merry Christmas. And then he leaves, takes the box, the ring, and goes off. Real sad. So now we're back at the center and they are feeding everybody, right? Your boy Victor's feeding everybody. Peaches is right next to him. It's a good thing. Mama and son feeding the community, doing what they got to do. Meanwhile, Duda, he probably shut down the whole ice skating rink and he got your girl Tracy on the ice skating rink and they are having a good time, slipping and sliding, creating new memories. And yeah, he's just trying to cheer her up in this holiday season. And that's a beautiful thing. I mean, it looks like they're going to be a really nice couple unless his wife comes back and changes that. We'll see what happens. Then now we're looking at this Christmas dinner. Boy, it looks good. And yeah, Keisha's happy with little Ronnie. But Kev and Lene, they are not paying attention. They are playing their games. And yeah, she's just like, okay, all right. Y'all just playing your games. Don't even care about what's going on. And here we go. Dre has a new friend show up that we've never seen before. Yes, it's one of my favorite singers in the world, Layla Hathaway. And while she comes in, they are playing her father, Donny Hathaway's song, This Christmas. That's dope, right? So, of course, the kids, they're still playing their games like, hi, and then they go back to playing their games. Now, Emmett gets a knock at the door. Who is it? It's, yeah, Tiff and your boy Rob. He's looking directly up at Rob. And Rob is like, what's good? I bought you some champagne, man. You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas. He's like, all right, man, come on in. And it's all good, So Emmett's welcoming. Everybody comes in. Tiff sees the boys. Tiff sees EJ. And, Rob is like, yeah, nice place, man. You did a good job up in here, And Tiff is like, you did all this by yourself? And Emmett's like, nah, I had a little bit of help. So they like, word, like, okay, like, what's up with that? They both looking at him like, okay. So yeah, Jada's like, hey, I can't believe that we actually having Christmas here. I'm proud of you, son. You're doing your thing. You got the restaurant. You got everything. Whatever's going on, I'm still proud of you. I'm still loving on you. So again, another warm, cuddly episode. And Lene is asking Kev, like, what's going on? He's like, that's a knock at the door. He's like, really, I got a surprise for you. I hope you're going to be happy. And he's like, yeah, I think, I got your brother to come through to come see you. And she's so happy. She's like, oh, thank you so much, Kev. Thank you so much. And she's really excited because she hasn't seen her brother in a while. So your boy Victor, aka Trick, comes through and he lets her know that, hey, listen, your brother's not coming. The cops got to him before I did. He's locked up on a murder charge and he's waiting for a trial and everything else like that. So I'm sorry, couldn't get him out, couldn't get to him before, they got to him. And Lene is clearly upset about the whole thing. Kev tried to come through and, it wasn't his fault. It's not Kev's fault, but he tried his best to try to brighten up Lene's day. That's like his sister. And yeah, your boy Victor doesn't feel too happy about that. Now he really has to make a change. So now back at Emmett's house, we got your boy Darnell. He shows up. He's like, hey, boy, what's going on? He comes on in and he's looking directly at Jada, right? Looking directly at her. And she's looking directly back at him, right? It's like, Merry Christmas, everybody. Old grandpa's here. Everybody's cool. Everybody's happy to see each other. And yeah, he walks over to Jada like, yo, where's your boy? Right? Where's your boy? And she's like, he's not a boy, but he's not here. Right? He's not a boy, but he's not here. He's like, oh, that's a shame. That's a shame, right? He still got a little eye jammy on his face. So EJ's like, Grandma and Grandpa, they under the mistletoe, so they got a kiss, right? And so they got the mistletoe. Here they go to mistletoe again. And yeah, they go to town and start kissing. Grandma and Grandpa, they go in and they start kissing under the mistletoe. This was bound to happen. Of course, Emmett is like, ew, come on, man. I don't want to see all that, right? So they going in. They not stopping. They really love each other. And it looks like they're going to give each other a chance. Emmett is like, man, I got to take a picture of this, right? At the same time, he's like, yeah, it is what it is. Tiff is there with Rob. Grandma and Grandpa's there kissing and they're happy. And he sends a picture to Keisha. And she's like, where's Suede? And Emmett's like, I don't know. And Emmett says, wish you were here, to Keisha. And she looks at the text. She thinks about it, the whole nine. And she texts him back, maybe one day I will be. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, yes, that is episode 3 recap of season 5 of The Chi. Family, drop your thoughts below. Let me know what you thought about this episode, fam. You already know how we do. Listen, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Do me another favor, smash that like button. And listen, if you thought this video was crazy, you thought this video was good, definitely check out this next one right here. I appreciate you all for watching. Till next time, salute.